Hey there, welcome back to Neo Sree Stories. In the previous videos, I shared 4 chapters of my life story. Please check them out if you haven't seen them already. In this video, I'll be diving into the next chapter, from an identity crisis to a new identity creation and a positive transformation. As I mentioned in the previous video, following my mental breakdown and divorce, I found myself in a deep identity crisis. I no longer felt like the person I used to be. I already deleted my Facebook and Instagram profiles during the mania episode, and I gradually isolated myself from the society. It was a period of self-reflection and personal exploration where I gave myself the time and space to rediscover who I really am. During that period, despite being mostly in a depressive state, I tried to establish certain routines to aid my recovery. Knowing that my obesity might have contributed to the mental breakdown, I had a strong desire to lose weight. I was over 90 kilograms back then. I established a morning and evening exercise routine, mostly jogging and walking. I attached a 10-minute mindfulness meditation to them to provide intentional rest for my mind every day. I researched about nutrition and started to replace my usual carbohydrate sources with better protein sources and had more fruits and vegetables every day. I reduced the frequency of consuming fast food and junk food. I avoided sugary drinks and processed food as much as I could. I started tracking my weight and monitored my progress weekly. I also established a daily micro-journaling routine and tracked my mood with the help of an app called Mood Path. Then switched to another app called Dailyo, which was better. I also tried my best to save money and gradually paid off my debts. Within few months, I began noticing changes in my weight, which kept me motivated to persist and intensify my efforts. I started a more rigorous morning exercise routine, following a full body exercise set that I learned from a YouTube channel. Due to repeated practice, I no longer needed to rely on the video, and it became a habit that I still follow almost every day. My average mood also improved positively each month. After about a year of these conscious efforts, I lost about 24 kilograms of excess weight from my body and felt energized and happy after a very long time. During the same period of time, I also developed a new habit of reading books. I began with For Humans to Know by Maitreyan, this time truly trying to comprehend its content instead of connecting it to a fantasy story that I did during the mania episode. At the same time, I also read Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. Both books sparked my curiosity and inspired me to explore further into the history of the universe, the earth, life, evolution, Homo sapiens, and the latest scientific knowledge that humanity has acquired. Since then, I continued to indulge in similar books such as The First 3 Minutes, A Brief History of Time, The Blind Watchmaker, The Lives of a Cell, Wonderful Life, Guns, Germs and Steel, Quantums in the Brain, and so on, nurturing a healthier mind along the way. These readings played a great role in updating my worldview and discarding the misconceptions I have been carrying around. They had a profound impact on me, leading to a drastic transformation. I used to passively support right-wing ideologies, held a distorted sense of justice, and possessed a narrow worldview. I had superiority complexes, exhibited some male chauvinism, and was highly insecure. These traits were ingrained in me because of the traditional patriarchal society I grew up in. However, as I continued reading, my values started to shift in the opposite direction. The change within me was so noticeable that I decided to adopt my old nickname Neo Sree as my new identity when I recreated my social media profiles from scratch. This time, I chose it not because of my previous obsession with the protagonist in the Matrix movie series, but because Neo in Greek means new. Surprisingly, a close friend of mine recently told me that he always saved my name as Neo Sree on his phone ever since we met each other in Temasek Poly. At the start of 2020, I embarked on a new hobby of video content creation after enrolling in the NAS Academy founded by Nusair Yasin of NAS Daily. Our main instructor, Egon Hare, also known as Project Nightfall, guided us throughout the course, making it a fun experience. The rest of NAS Academy team and my classmates were all fun too. Some of the friendships I formed there are still going strong. Then I began publishing videos on social media, starting with a short video on how I lost 24 kilograms in 12 months. During this time, I also started socializing more and started dating for the first time since my separation. Right after completing the NAS Academy course, the COVID-19 pandemic escalated and Singapore entered a lockdown, which continued for almost 2 years. During that time, I stayed in Singapore and enjoyed the opportunity to work from home most of the time. I managed to close all my debts and even save money for the first time in my life. I also made sure to enjoy life within the limitations of that time and made more friends than ever before and explored every corner of Singapore with them. I continue to date and got to know many amazing women from diverse social and cultural backgrounds and learned many new life perspectives from them. Although I experienced love multiple times, the relationships didn't endure due to differences in values or lifestyles. But I am positive that I will find a more compatible and meaningful partnership someday. Sometime in 2021, I took a break from creating videos to prioritize some projects at Expedio that I initiated and my personal goals of minimalization and reorganization of all my physical and digital possessions. By the end of 2021, I had successfully sold, donated, or recycled about 95% of my physical possessions in Singapore and also started working on minimizing my digital possessions. Around this time, as the world began to recover from COVID-19 pandemic, I decided to take a break from my career and embark on a backpacking adventure. For several months, I traveled to many places and experienced different cultures. I also continued minimizing and organizing my digital possessions such as photos, videos, files, emails, notes, online accounts, and so on. Along the way, I started sharing my travel experiences through short videos, which continue to this day. I learned a lot from my own story so far. I hope that it gives you some insights or inspirations. Simply being alive is already a great achievement. Everything else is just a bonus. Life is what we make of it. Even after so many adverse incidents, I managed to make the best out of my life so far. And I intend to continue the same way for the rest of my life. The experiences I had in the past 4 years were so vibrant than that of the decade before. But I know that I had a lot of luck and privileges, not just hard work and determination. So I will never look down on anyone who is struggling with adverse incidents or circumstances in their life. I genuinely hope that they too can find opportunities to change their circumstances for the better and become a Neo version of themselves, leading happier lives. Thank you so much for watching all the videos in this series. It took a lot of courage for me to open up like this, and my hope is that my story might help someone out there to avoid the same mistakes I made, or to recover from adverse incidents in life, or to fight social stigmas around mental health issues or divorce. This is Neo Sree Stories. Stay tuned for videos on a wide array of topics that has an impact on our day-to-day life. I will also publish my travel stories for infotainment. Looking forward to connecting and discussing with you on each video.